Hello and welcome back to No Place to Be. Alex here. Just thought I'd get the introduction done this evening for tomorrow's video because I've come out on the bike and look at the weather. Oh, yes please. Is this the change of the seasons? I doubt it, probably piss it down next week. But yeah, what we're going to do this weekend, me and Matt, we're going to go through to Manchester, do a bit of urban riding, some photography, that kind of stuff. And I do need to look at some panniers for the bike and get them delivered. Also just gonna have a quick chat with you guys about the channel and how me and James went from literally never really thinking about a bike and to now where we've got YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite a cool story, so make sure you stick around for that. And with the magic of editing, here we are waiting for Matt the day after. I have got a few minutes just while he gets here, so I thought what I'm going to do is just go over my bike and some of the modifications on it, because it is quite a unique bike compared to some Bonneville. So just going to go over that, ignore the alarm, and yeah, I'll tell you what's what. Let's flip the camera around. And here she is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the front of the bike and work my way back, and I'm basically going to go over where it differs from a standard Bonneville. So the first little mod is this camera right here. These have got cameras fitted to them by the previous guy. All this is done by the previous guy. I wish I could say I did it myself. These indicators are slightly different to what you get on the standard Bonneville, so they're pretty cool. And then just onto the small little custom parts, which I love. These are the Motone just Union Jack end caps. We've got one there, we've got one there, and again it's the same on the other side, and we've got another one there. So obviously they're different from what you get with the standard T120. I think they're like 30 quid a chuck or something like that. And then if we just look at these mirrors, pretty standard fit on Bonnevilles these. I think most people tend to change what they do. There I am, hello. Some other stuff, I think this is a custom. I could be wrong in saying that, forgive me. And then the main two that really take the bike to another level. This seat, this is the Motone Rattler seat, I believe it's called. It really does change the shape of like how the bike looks. I'm coming around the other side, so we've got a cool backdrop. Like, look at that weird, like, nice little cafe racer thing there where it comes up. I think that looks cool. I haven't really had a pillion on there yet, or the tent, the wingman of the road, so we'll see how that goes. And then the shock absorbers, these are Fox shock absorbers. I think these were about 900 quid. Again, not bought by me, but cool part of the bike. So yeah, that's roughly it. I think Matt will be turning up any second now. I mean, you look at this weather, what a day it's going to be. Can't wait. Matt's here now, after having a little wee in the bushes. So yeah, we're going to go to Manchester now, and we'll catch up when we get there. So let's see some riding. Hit a bit of traffic here, so while we got time I'll talk to you about how me and James and Matt actually ended up getting bikes and that kind of stuff, because it is quite a weird story. So me and James, we've known each other for about 15 years, quite a long friendship, and final year of uni we lived with each other, so the idea of bikes were kind of floated about, like, oh, wouldn't that be cool and that kind of stuff. But I mean, when you're a student, you've got no money, there's no way you can get this kind of stuff. So anyways, in March 2020, James actually came home back to Barnsley from Southampton, because obviously the world went to shit. So yeah, me and James started to go out on push bikes quite a lot, pretty much every day. And I remember at the time we were like, oh mate, imagine doing this on actual, you know, motorbikes. And when you're at uni, like I said, you got no money, it's just a bit of a dream, but by now we've finished uni and we were working. So we get back to James's and, you know, we go online, we look at bikes, how much they cost and that kind of stuff. And suddenly you realise that, oh shit, this is actually quite doable. So anyway, we were like, fuck it, let's do it. So we made a pact that me and him were going to start saving to get a bike. And we both opened a savings account and that kind of stuff. And we were 23 at the time, so we had to wait until we were 24 to get the bike. So kind of a blessing in disguise that we could use that time to save for money. There's the Manchester City Stadium, and as a Manchester United fan, it pains me to say they're probably the best team in the world right now. Matt's loving it. We are safely in Manchester. Look at that. Looking bloody beautiful. Let's just have a quick look at the bike, shall we? Because why not? Oh yeah. So back to the bike story. Me and James decided that we're going to spend a year until we turn 24 to start saving for a bike. And then we got on to the fact of what bike do we want to get. Hello. So we started looking online. Straight away, personally, we were drawn to this kind of like vintage, old school, like retro look, but obviously it's now modern. So like I said, we couldn't ride a bike until we were 24. So this is where Matt comes into the story and snakes everyone. So Matt, how old are you now?
27 now.
Matt's 27, 26 at the time. So we tell Matt his big dream, this is James's brother as well for anyone to know. We tell Matt his big dream of getting bikes, that we've got to save for a year and all that kind of stuff. And then what does he do? Goes out, snakes us, learns within a month and buys Bonneville. Hijacks his dream. Me and James sat there having to save for another year. Oh, good times. We are in Manchester, boys, you know, needs must.
Best way I can describe it is pretend you're a tree.
Where is he?
No, it's just, well, they can't kill you, probably. The thing is, he's always aching to get out of his bit.
Okay, sit rep. We've just been to, what's it called?
Mackie Mayers.
Mackie Mayers. Would recommend. It's like a little street food cafe thing. I'm sure you've seen the videos.
It's a big food hall. You've got steaks, Thai food, pizzas,
Burgers,
ramen.
lasagna, all that kind of
If you're in
stuff.
Manchester, come here.
Would recommend. Anyway, Matt is going to tell us about what's this area called
So this is Ancoats.
and the beauty of Arab money.
So you'll see there's some lovely old industrial brick buildings, and
It's a bit further down there.
up until probably about a decade ago, this was kind of like a bit of a druggy area, and a bit run down, and you wouldn't want to come on a dark night. But it was when the sheikh that bought Manchester City also acquired some of the council buildings. He was told he had to rejuvenate this area, so fast forward a decade, it's populated by coffee shops, posh flats, office space, man buns, hipsters with the cameras filming as they walk down the street.
And hipsters with funny beards and alpha bike riding studs. That's what it's filled with.
There wouldn't be no place to be if there wasn't a bit of self-awareness sprinkled in as well.
See what you did, mate.
So yeah, we know what we are, but
We know.
it's a great area. You're going to see some nice footage, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And if you're ever in this area of Manchester, it's just outside the city centre, Ancoats, and it's just northwest side. But pretty cool area.
So yeah, what we're going to do now as well, I have got my camera with me today. Let's get this way down. So yeah, I've got my camera with me today. We're going to take some pictures of the bikes. Make sure you check his Instagram account out, because that's where I'm going to be posting them on. You should be able to find it, just no place to be. Same as the YouTube, and there is a link on his YouTube channel, so when you're there subscribing, hint hint, you can go and check his Instagram out as well. So that's where the pictures are going to be, probably in the next day. So yeah, we're going to get the bikes now, take some pictures and See where he goes. Wow.
So we just finished off a nice little photography session. Make sure you head over to Instagram and check that out. Now I'm just going to do some city riding around Manchester. Mad for it. What a day! I know, right? Anyways, back to the story. You've just snaked me and James and got your bike. So while Matt were out gallivanting with his girlfriend on his bike, having the time of his life, me and James were waiting a good, I think it was 7 months, 8 months, saving money till we turned 24. So I'm older than James, so I started my lessons in about March time. March 2021. Took about 3 months to pass. We're probably going to do a video on how much it costs and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so it took me 4 months to pass, ready for a bike. And then I went to a shop. Coincidentally, the place I got this shop from was actually the same place that we saw the first Bonneville. It was the Not Your Average Bikes in Wakefield. It's a weird story how I saw this on Auto Trade and went to get it and went full circle. So anyways, got my bike. James went for the Speed Twin and got the Speed Twin. And then this brings us on to the YouTube and why we started the YouTube and that kind of stuff. So basically we were on YouTube trying to find basically the content we're trying to make, like young guys out having a laugh on bikes, that kind of stuff. Not too intense, but just a good time. And I've got to say, there are not many channels at all that are making this kind of content, so we thought, well, why not us? Quite into cinematography and that kind of stuff, and you know, we're pretty young on bikes, so we fit the bill. So yeah, we got bikes, we started this YouTube, and yeah, just getting people to join along. We're going to Scotland in summer, so make sure you stick around for that. And yeah, yeah, can do. Motorbikes allowed in bus lane. Yeah, I know. Way back, some little J&S shop, so I'm going to have a look in, see if we've got any panniers for the bike. I'm not holding my breath, it's not the best shop if I'm honest, but let's see what they've got. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm not surprised that it's all this kind of stuff. Wouldn't be seen dead in it, boys, I'm not going to lie. It's just not me, you know. This stuff's not too bad. Yeah, it's just all this kind of stuff. I mean, that's not going to go with my bike, is it? Let's be honest.
I don't know, that Spider-Man helmet's pretty fit.
Where are you looking? Might get this, lads. What do you think? Yeah? Nice.
Don't tell Harry.
Peter, don't tell Harry. So we're in JS. And there's some decent stuff, but it's just a bit... I don't know. You guys gotta let me know where you guys go, because for me, there's not many shops, especially up north. There's a few in London, but there's not many shops that do cafe racer style of gear unless you're ordering online. And personally, when I'm spending 300 quid on stuff, I kind of want to see it before I buy it. You know what I mean? So yeah, let us know where you're getting your stuff from, and let us know if you think that there's not enough shops in England for cafe racer gear, because I don't. So we're just heading back from Manchester now, and should have said this earlier, but the way we're going, there's two good ways you can get to Manchester basically. There's Snake Pass and somewhere called Woodhead. Snake Pass is actually closed at the moment, so we're going the Woodhead way. I mean, to be honest, both are pretty fucking good. That's if you're coming from like Sheffield area, across the Kingston. Yeah, it's a really good ride out, and then obviously Manchester, like you've seen, pretty fast course.
hope it's inspired you to go. Make sure you go the same route as well, because it's a pretty cool ride out. It's been a really good day actually. It's got a good mixture of a city, urban riding and, you know, rural back road tracks to get there, so it's such a good mix. And then you put the two together, it's been a really good day.
Oh, what a day. Well, that's that. Yeah, sick day.
Beautiful day.
Good weather. Only problem is, didn't get any panniers. Those shops are not the best. You have to let us know below if you agree. Really not much outside of London when it comes to this kind of style.
Yeah, potential business idea. Set up a nice shop in Manchester for this kind of retro classic apparel and accessories for bikes. So
Any franchises out there, hit us up. Yeah, so you gotta let us know if you agree with that, because it is just a bit of a joke. But we're gonna wrap this up here. Hope you enjoyed the day. A bit of a
I'm wrapping
vlog.
up me, it's freezing.
No, it looks hot, but it's not. Yeah, a bit of a day full of nothingness, but everything at the same time. So it's been a good day. If you enjoyed this kind of content, it's a bit different. Nothing really out there like this. So just make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. See you later. And fade to black.